Guys, today's gist is another one that has got fans paying close attention, especially those who have been following the conversations surrounding Sonia, Uche and Maurice Sam. Uche Nancy has reportedly spoken about the kind of man she would want her daughter to eventually marry, and the statement has made some fans start asking an interesting question. Was she indirectly describing the qualities she wants in her daughter's future husband? And why are some people immediately connecting the conversation to Maurice Sam? Hello everyone, welcome back to Nollywood Dish TV, your home for the latest Nollywood gist, celebrity conversations, and everything currently getting fans talking. If you are new here, you are highly welcome to the family. Before we continue, please subscribe to Nollywood Dish TV, turn on your notification bell, and stay with us because we always bring you the latest gist surrounding your favorite Nollywood stars. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your constant support. Now, before we start jumping to conclusions, let's be very clear. Unless Uche Nancy directly mentioned Maurice Sam in the statement being discussed, we cannot honestly say that she was rejecting Maurice or specifically saying that Maurice is not suitable for her daughter. That would be an interpretation from fans, not an established fact. But you already know how Nollywood fans are. Once a mother talks about the kind of man she wants for her daughter, especially when that daughter has a popular male colleague who fans frequently associate with her, people immediately start connecting the dots. And that is exactly where this gist becomes interesting. According to the conversation being discussed, the qualities Uche Nancy wants in the man her daughter eventually marries appear to be more important to her than fame, popularity, money, or the excitement that comes with being a celebrity. And honestly, that part makes sense. A mother naturally wants her daughter to be with someone who will respect her, support her dreams, understand her personality, value her family, and treat her properly. But some fans couldn't help asking themselves, could Maurice Sam fit into the picture, or is this simply fans creating a connection because of their favorite actors? Guys, let's talk about it. If you believe a mother's concern should be about character rather than celebrity status, comment, character first. If you think fans are connecting this statement to Maurice simply because of the stories surrounding him and Sonia, comment, fans are connecting dots. I want to know what our Nollywood Dish TV family thinks. One thing that makes this conversation particularly interesting is that fans have spent a lot of time discussing the chemistry between Sonia, Uche and Maurice Sam. Whenever the two actors appear together, some viewers immediately begin analyzing their interactions. A simple smile can become a discussion. A friendly conversation can become a theory. A movie scene can make fans start asking questions about their real-life relationship. But acting chemistry and real-life relationships are two completely different things. Actors are professionals, and sometimes their ability to make viewers believe in a storyline is exactly what makes them successful. So when Uche Nancy talks about the kind of husband she wants for her daughter, we should first look at the statement from a mother's perspective instead of immediately turning it into a Maurice vs. Sonia story. However, I understand why some fans are curious. When there has already been so much conversation around Sonia and Maurice, any statement about Sonia's future husband can easily become headline material. Some fans may say, maybe Nancy has a particular kind of man in mind. Others may say, why are people bringing Maurice into this at all? And honestly, both sides have a point. A mother can have certain expectations for her daughter's future husband without secretly referring to a specific person. At the same time, fans who have followed Sonia and Maurice for a long time are naturally going to wonder whether there is any connection. But wondering is not the same as knowing. That's the important difference. We shouldn't turn a fan theory into a confirmed family decision. Now, imagine you are a mother and your daughter is successful, independent, and surrounded by people because of her career. Would you care more about the man's popularity, or would you want to know how he treats your daughter when nobody is watching? That's actually one of the biggest questions raised by this discussion. Because fame doesn't automatically make someone a good husband. Money doesn't automatically create a good marriage. Being handsome doesn't guarantee respect. And having great chemistry on screen certainly doesn't guarantee compatibility in real life. A strong marriage requires much more than what fans see on social media. That is probably why conversations like this get people thinking. And guys, if you were advising Sonia Uche, what would you tell her to prioritize when choosing a future husband? Respect, character, or compatibility? Put your answer in the comments. Personally, I think that is a much more interesting conversation than simply asking whether the man should be Maurice Sam. Because the real issue is not about one celebrity. It is about what qualities actually matter when someone is choosing a life partner. Now, let's come back to Maurice. Some fans may feel that because Maurice and Sonia have worked together and have shared memorable moments on screen, he should automatically be considered whenever Sonia's marriage is discussed. But that's not necessarily how real life works. Two people can have incredible chemistry in movies and still simply be colleagues. Two people can be close friends without dating. And two people can even have a strong friendship that never becomes a romantic relationship. So if Uche Nancy did not specifically mention Maurice, it would be unfair to turn her statement into an accusation or rejection. This is also where fans need to be careful about putting words into celebrities' mouths. A statement can be taken out of context very easily. Someone says they want a respectful, hardworking, God-fearing, family-oriented man for their daughter, and suddenly social media decides that the statement is directed at a particular actor. But how do we know? We don't. That is why today's gist should be approached as a conversation rather than a conclusion. And if you're enjoying this discussion, please subscribe to Nollywood Dish TV and turn on that notification bell. We don't want you missing the next Nollywood gist. Now, I know one question is already on the minds of many viewers. So, does this mean Maurice Sam is not the man Uche Nancy wants for Sonia? The answer is simple: we cannot say that based on this statement alone. Unless Uche Nancy directly says that Maurice is not the person she wants for her daughter, anything beyond that remains speculation. And honestly, Sonia is also an adult who will ultimately make her own decisions about her personal life. Her mother's advice can be important, but Sonia's happiness and choice matter too. That is another part of this conversation that shouldn't be forgotten. Parents can have expectations. Fans can have opinions. Friends can give advice. But the person entering the marriage is the one who has to live that life. So rather than turning this into another battle between Sonia fans and Maurice fans, let's ask a better question. What qualities should a man have before he is considered good enough to marry a successful woman like Sonia Uche? Should he be extremely patient? Should he understand the demands of the entertainment industry? Should he be comfortable with his wife being famous? Should he support her career? Should he be financially independent? Should he have a strong relationship with her family? Or is good character the most important thing? This is where I want our comment section to become really interesting. Don't just write a name. Tell us the quality you think matters most. And please keep the conversation respectful because we are discussing real people. At the end of the day, Uche Nancy's reported comments have created another interesting conversation among fans, but there is still a big difference between what was actually said and what fans believe it means. If Maurice Sam was not mentioned directly, then we shouldn't say Nancy rejected him. If Sonia Uche has not confirmed a relationship with Maurice, we shouldn't present one as fact. And if Uche Nancy has simply expressed the qualities she wants in a future son-in-law, then perhaps the best thing we can do is focus on those qualities rather than creating unnecessary drama. Still, you know this is Nollywood, and fans will always have their theories. Some will insist that the timing is interesting. Others will say people are reading too much into it. Some will simply say, let Sonia choose whoever makes her happy. And honestly, that may be the most important point of all. So guys, after hearing this gist, I want your honest opinion. Do you think Uche Nancy's comments were simply a mother's advice about character, or do you think fans are right to connect the conversation to Maurice Sam? Comment, character first, or Maurice theory, and explain your reason. And before you leave, please subscribe to Nollywood Dish TV, turn on your notification bell, like this video, share it with another Nollywood fan, and keep supporting the channel. To all my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. Until the next gist, remember, sometimes what celebrities say is clear, and sometimes the internet creates a story around it. The real question is knowing the difference.